What up? What up? It's Brother Mudhutaf with Amun Logistics. I'm out here in, I think, Aurora, Colorado. Had to do an Amazon load last night. Had to do a split clock because I came early. Amazon wanted to drop it off at 2. I came around 6, and I was racing to get here too. No, we're not racing, but you know, I put in about 627 miles. I almost used up all my 11 to get here. And then found this Shell parking lot, which is in Aurora, right? I forgot what exit it is, but well, there's the Colorado Air and Spaceport. But anyway, I came over here, slept for 5 hours, woke up around 12, and then I went back, dropped the load, used the PC to get back parked, and I had an air leak problem that was coming out of it was the driver's side third axle brake chamber. Was the seal on the chamber was letting out air, so I called WFX, RTWL, and they were actually supposed to come at, well, the Loves mobile repair is supposed to come at like 10. They didn't come till 4:30, but that's all right because I used up almost all my 11 yesterday, so I was planning on doing the 34 before I head to Kansas, and then I got from Kansas to Arizona. So that's just the current load that I'm on. I'm gonna do my 34 first, so I get my 70 back, so I can do three 9s, 1 8, 3 9s, 1 8. That'll use up my 70 for the 8 days, and then I got plenty enough time to roll about 500 or 600 miles a day. About WFX, still going pretty good. You know, when I've been here for 5 months now, and it's been pretty good, man. So everything's pretty good, except when you're a contractor, you gotta make more phone calls, right, to make sure you're getting loads. Like this week, I only had like 1,400 miles, and I know it's hard to catch up when you go off duty for a couple of days. You got like a short week, so they like to get you a load. When I go home, they give me a load to drop like in Phoenix, and then they'll give me another load to go home with. So I'll still have about 2,000 miles, and then when I come back, I'll drop that load, and they'll give me another load, because I like to take off like Tuesday or Wednesday, and then come back on like Saturday or probably like Sunday. Hopefully by Monday I can drop that load, and then start the new week on Monday with a new load. Hopefully get 2 in by Friday, so I can get my 2 or 3, get my at least 2,500 miles. So you gotta kind of like time this. And as you start working, if you're watching the natural progression of things, you'll know how to time it. And I'm still trying to get that time down. So I think I'm doing pretty good. But besides that, I had to get my authority active. I got my authority active in March. It was supposed to be active in February, but the insurance agent didn't let Progressive Commercial know. So I actually went inactive because I started the process with the government, finished it, but the insurance company did not tell the federal government I was insured. I think that's I forgot. It's not an MCS 150. It's not a BOC 3. That's a registered mail agent. It's one of them numbers. I actually have a copy of it on my Google Drive, but you gotta make the phone calls and make sure people are doing what they're doing, man. I've noticed that about the transportation business, especially if you got your own business and you're trying to do some work. You got to stay on people. Like with WFX, you know, when I see, you know, they're not, because usually when things are going right, they hit you with a load right away when you're done, a pre-plan. Or actually when you're getting closer to your drop, you know, they'll send a pre-plan. I think maybe a week and a half ago, before I took some time off, there was a delay in the system. I waited like 2 hours. I think it was at Petco in somewhere in the Phoenix area. Maybe 2 hours ain't bad, but it's a lot longer than what I'm used to waiting. So I had to call the fleet manager, and she had to let me know what's going on, and then because that makes you feel better when you know what's going on, why the delay is happening. Because if you're sitting there not knowing what a delay is happening, it weighs on you more. Like, damn, what the heck, what the heck are these people doing? It's a conspiracy against me. It ain't no conspiracy against you. It's just sometimes they're upgrading the servers and the computer systems and the database, and sometimes you gotta wait 2 hours. Not too bad. Then I started rolling again. So in the meantime, I joined the DAT load board, and I joined My Virtual Fleet. The cargo van that we got is a Ford. It's a 2006 Econoline. And a lot of van loads are on My Virtual Fleet. My Virtual Fleet is on there. There's a bunch of them in California. I mean, there's a bunch of them. So I've been emailing brokers, trying to get my foot in the door and get a load. And there's also I was looking on Indeed, and I saw a company called, I think it's Ambu Fleet, like ambulance fleet, and it's a medical courier service, and they want you to have a van. And we do got the one cargo van. I'm actually bringing on another guy. He got a Dodge Bighorn truck, and he's going to be pulling my 16-foot trailer, which I got in a commercial insurance. And then I'm using mainly the DAT load board for that, because there's a lot of flatbed hot shotting. I don't like the word hot shot. It sounds like somebody overconfident. I just call it either LTL or partial. I just call it partial. I mean, but everything's relative, right? Like, if I fill up my 16-foot trailer, I mean, that's full for the 16-foot trailer. I'm not comparing it to a 53, 40, or 26, or So we'll just go with partial for now, because that's the industry word. So there is a lot of flatbed hot shots, and a utility trailer is considered a flatbed, just with rails on the side and a ramp in the back. So I see some brokers will ask for a ramp. You got to have a ramp. So no problem. I got that. Still got to get the license. I got the bond because I got a custom trailer made by made by a guy in Phoenix, right? So it's a solid trailer. He actually works. I forgot what trailer company he engineers and builds for, but he also builds them on the side, like a non-brand, but it's still solid. I bought it for about $2,400. It's a solid trailer. Maybe I'll throw a picture on here one day. I don't do a lot of video editing. That's why you want to see a bunch of words going across my screen. Maybe one day if I can get somebody to do that for me. It's something I really don't want to spend time on. Yeah, it's not something because I got too many phone calls to make. I'm trying to build up the business, man. And we're getting a lot of solicitations from people who want to fund my business, like Direct Capital. I think it's called Direct Capital Group, DCG. There's a couple other people that were trying to lend me money based on bank account statements. You got to throw in your SSN on there too as an individual in the application, because they want to see what your individual credit history is like. So I'm trying to build up my DUNS number for Amun Logistics. So it helps to get trade lines. Another tip that I've learned is I would go with OTR Capital to do your factoring. They do charge 4%, but they're very thorough in the way that they vet brokers. So it's almost worth paying the extra percent to be part of the program, because when you're part of the program, now this is another little secret tidbit. When you're part of the program, you actually can sign up with Nolan Transportation Group, NTG, and NTG does a lot of van freight, and I'm talking about small cargo van freight, not high roof sprinter van freight. So that's a big step up, because usually you got to wait 90 days you got to age your authority for 90 days. But if you go through OTR, and you can get on with NTG like right away. I don't think they want people to know that, but I'm throwing it out there just to help people put their boots on the ground and get to walking, and then get to running. You know what I mean? Because it's people think, oh, I'm just gonna hop in the van and start driving. Like I want to get my son-in-law more familiar with, like, yeah, you might have to sleep in the cargo van, or get a cheap Airbnb, but then you gotta make sure you're not staying with nobody crazy. So, or somebody with like a guest house, you can stay there for like $25 a night. $25 is not that much money, and plus he'll be a contractor, he'll be able to write that off on his taxes. So you gotta know the tax game too. Gotta know, and when you're an LLC, you could write damn near everything off. Damn near everything you write off. But this video is not about taxes. It's not about taxes. It's just basically my review of WFX after being 5 months in, and I really don't know what people are complaining about. I sit back and I think like a Mac, and I'm like, the company, there's some stuff on here I can't say that WFX does for you too, but for the most part, man, it's a good company, bro. It's a very good company. I would recommend anybody just check it out. I'm not getting paid to say this. I'm not on the official WFX channel. So I think they put company drivers on there. I don't think they put contractors like me on there. But that's just me speculating. But so far so good. So far so good. Has it been perfect? Nah. No job. Has it been close to perfect as a truck driver? I hate saying truck driver. As a tractor professional driver? Yeah, it has. It depends on how you operate. It depends on how you operate, how you fuel up. Are you over fueling? Are you talking? Because I'm good with my fleet manager. I'm good. Me and her are really good. I have no problems. She gives me the miles I want, and when I ask, hey, I'm down on miles, boom, they'll hit me with more miles. All you gotta do is open up your mouth and ask. As a contractor, you need to be a little bit more assertive. As a company guy, you could be assertive too. I mean, you want to get paid regardless. But as a company guy, it's more than just earning the money. It's building up your reputation, not only with WFX, but with brokers, shippers, because you want direct customers where you don't have to really go through a broker. I understand that, but at first you're gonna have to go through brokers. You're gonna have to go through brokers. So definitely, if you're out there on the load boards, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos going back when I first started with WFX, just about the business. You'll see people make videos, right? Let me turn down this camera. Yeah, you'll see people make videos, and like, yeah, I'm making and one sprinter van, yeah, I'm making 10 grand a week. I'm like, 10 grand a week with one sprinter van? Nah, player. I want to see some paycheck stubs. I don't want to see your bank account balance before I could take that seriously. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can't take that seriously, man. That's ridiculous. And you'll see people with flashing money in their thumbnail on their video. They'll be flashing money. It's usually almost 99% of that stuff is not true. They can't prove it. If you can't prove it, it's not a fact. It's not true. You're wasting my time. I'd rather watch a video where somebody tells you the bad stuff, then tells you the good stuff, right? Because that's more of a real, it's not bad, but it's the challenges, right? Challenges you're gonna have with your, maybe with some accounting if you're not knowledgeable about it, and just the transportation business in general. The stock market, freight waves is a great source of information about the freight market. But the only thing about freight waves, they only talk about like the tractors, you know, pulling the 53-foot container vans or flatbed. They don't talk about the van business. So the van business is like a whole other section of the business that it's not the same as the tractor freight. Though it's in the same industry, it's not the same line of business. It's close, but it's not the same. The pay rates are same, of course, because you got loads as light as 80 pounds that need to be expedited, and then you got loads that might weigh 2,000 pounds. The cargo van that we got, and we only got the cargo van for 3 G's. I feel like we stole it, but some guy really wanted to sell it. We bought it, right? That's how you play the market, y'all. Keep your money stacked up, and when that steel comes through, bam, you right there. Now you're in the business. Sorry. Now you're in the business. Now you just need to take care of all the licensing. You know, America likes to license everything. In other countries, you can just get it popping right away. But America, you gotta, you know, and they talking about raising the insurance from $1 million general liability to $4 million. Then, you know, that's coming from the big transportation companies like Swift, Knight. They're trying to keep the little guy out the game. So I actually joined OOIDA. But anyway, yeah, I joined them. It was only $45, so and they'll give you a lot of consultation on how to run your business. It's good. Actually, this Tuesday when I get paid, I'm actually gonna join the drug consortium because I got 2 contractors about to come on, and I need to give them drug tests. So it's $99 a year with unlimited drivers on the program, and then all drug tests are $80 for each driver. I even got to do myself. So because when you get that audit within the first 18 months, you want to be ready. Let me get some cold water here, y'all. Let me get some cold water. Boy, the wind is really blowing out here in near Denver, Colorado, in Aurora, man. So, another good channel to check out is Apex Everything. If you're into the van, I'm telling you, I know a lot of guys want to drive the tractor. The best way, if you don't got no money to drive the tractor, is come to WFX, man. Come to WFX. That's from the bottom of my heart, baby. Come to WFX because they will get you in a tractor, lease to own, and you just pay as you drive. It's not because you got to think about your mind, the cycle. You got to think about the psychology of becoming a professional driver, doing the long haul, doing the back haul. So if you had to pay like $1,200 a week, that weighs on you. That weighs on your mind. And I just refuse to do that. I refuse. But then when I heard about because I wasn't going to get back into tractor trucking. I worked for a small company before this called Papa Fox Express. I shouldn't even have said their name, but I gave them a shout out. I don't like the owner, but and then after that, I came to WFX, and I always wanted to do a lease owner, type of deal, and they were able to give me that, and with no money out of my pocket. No money out of my pocket. Even at orientation, when you leave orientation, they give you $100. Name a company that do that. You know what I'm saying? And they Swift ain't gonna do that. Swift too damn stingy. You know, they're like demons over there. They might take $100 from you, but they damn sure ain't gonna give you $100. This company gives you $100. You know what I mean? I know $100 not like $1 million, but it helps you out when you broke. and you come in there to work, it'll get you some food for for within the first 10 days until you get your check. So it definitely helps out. So going back to my business without WFX, which would be the van and my trailer, and my two soon-to-be contractors, which I got to get all the new hire paperwork, which you can get from the FMCSA. They got a new hire packet, and then of course you have to give them a contract to kind of cover damages that they may do to the vehicle or my trailer, and that it's gonna come out your check if you damage my stuff. Plus all my stuff I got comprehensive commercial coverage on it, but still got to pay a deductible. So what have I been doing besides that? My wife, she's in Mexico at I guess my grandson's 5th birthday party. Roman, happy birthday. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I wish I could have been there, but I gotta stay on this road, man. We got stuff we gotta pay for, so I gotta stay on this road probably to the end of the year, and then maybe think about taking a vacay or something. But business wise, it's been busy, man. Just with the load boards, just trying to figure things out for the audit checklist, and keeping maintenance records. It's really just maintenance records. A lot of the paperwork you can get from the FMCSA. You just got to have it in a folder, so when you meet them, they'll have it, organized, and it's like office work, really. And once you have all the paperwork, you got your drivers, they got their clear drug test. When you pay for the drug test, for me, it's a tax write-off. So my tax balance goes down, which is fine for me because I'm putting money in toward my business instead of giving it to the government, who's going to give it to Syria or something. You know what I mean? They're not even feeding the people. So, yeah, I'd rather spend it on my business than let the government waste my money. So, and I suggest everybody else do the same thing. That's about it, man. I don't have really nothing else. Like I said, go through OTR Capital, get connected with Nolan Transportation Group. If you have a tractor or you got a freight van or a cargo van, whatever type of van you got, even if it's as old as mine, 2006, it can still make money. So, and I mean good money, not going to cut somebody's grass type. I see a bunch of videos like, oh, what could you do with your pickup truck and a trailer? Like, oh, you can do garbage disposal. I heard garbage disposal does make good money, but I'm staying with transportation. Now, if you want me to go drop off your equipment, cool, I could do that, but I'm not going to be cutting people's grass and stuff like that. I move freight. So, I see stuff like that, or being a gardener. I'm like, I could think of more things that make money with a pickup truck and a trailer. So, but you just got to have your MC and DOT number, which is not hard to do at all. Just pay your $300. Do not fall for these companies that say, oh, we'll do your DOT and MC number for $1,500. They're basically stealing from you and playing you like a fool. Take your time, watch these videos, because that's how I found out I could do it myself for $300. You know what I mean? Because as soon as you, before you do when you're doing your application with the FMCSA, even if you don't finish, somehow your information still gets out there and they still will call you. So if you have like a Google Voice number, put that on there. Don't put your main number on there, because these people will blow you up. You will get bombarded with emails, and only 1% of them, well, maybe 5%, are really helpful. Other emails and phone calls you get are people just trying to take advantage of you as quick as they can, because they know you don't know anything yet. They know you don't know anything yet. So they want to hop on you as quick as you can and convince you to buy their service when you could have done it for the fraction of the price if you just would have taken your time out and researched it. So definitely, there's another channel called Trucking Authority. I think they're out of Florida. Good information. That's how I found out I could do the registration myself with the FMCSA. Evil Sizer. I don't know why they call themselves Evil Sizer, but they're my registered mail agent through all 48 states. And it wasn't, I think it was like $50 a year or something. It's not much money at all. It's affordable. Insurance, make sure you shop around for good insurance, and do not go directly, don't go directly through Progressive. Don't do that. Do not go, because they're going to charge you twice the amount of money. Progressive tried to charge me just to put one cargo van on there. They wanted a down payment of $2,200, and I went to another insurance and I had to put down $1,000. It's a big difference. So make sure you're shopping around for the best rates, and at least my rule is go to at least 3 people. Go to 3. If you don't go to 3, you're not being patient with yourself, and you're not giving yourself a good enough chance to succeed at this business, because you don't want to waste money in this business. This business is all about efficiency, gas, maintenance, pay rate per mile, all kind of stuff. Don't waste your money out here, man. Do your research. And do not get consultation. Wait a minute. Before I go into the consultation part, people looking to get in the industry like I was about 5 months ago, you need to define what success is for you. And success can change from stage to stage. So give yourself credit when you accomplish something. Some people want to come in and live YouTube fantasies and make $10,000 a week with one Sprinter van. Not going to happen, right? That's not realistic. Maybe if you had 3, you could make, maybe even with 2, you could probably, if they're running hard enough, maybe you could. But you have to pay the driver. So you need, I don't know how many vans you need, but you're not going to do it with one and you in it, right? That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So you need to define what success means to you. Yeah, you have the Webster's Dictionary meaning of success, and we all have a general understanding. I hope you have a general understanding of what success is. Now, it's a relative term, though. It's a relative term for real. So if you're able to get your MC, get your DOT, and get insurance, that's success. You know what I mean? It's not the ultimate success, but right now, what you're going through, that's success, man. Give yourself a pat on the back, G. That's success, man. Let Brother Mudhutha tell you that is success. Now, I'm allowed 3 months later, if that's all you did was get your DOT, and 3 months later, you didn't do anything in 3 months. Now you're not being successful, right? You're not building out your network. You're not talking to brokers. You're not trying to get in the shipping lanes, equipment. You're not getting on the DAT load or just any load board. You're not speccing out your equipment or writing down the dimensions. So when a broker asks you, hey, this is what I got, let's go. Here's my rate. Can you work with it? Okay, let's go. What are the times? How long will it take for me to go actually deadhead and go pick up the product or the skids or whatever? And so you got to be thinking about that. And it's not overwhelming if you think about it step by step. When you try to do too many things at once and you're putting everything into one step, that's where you're going to get frustrated and you're probably going to fail. right? You do it. You break down your goals into smaller components and you knock them off 1, 2, 3. If you do that, I promise you will be successful. Promise you'll be successful. Like right now for me, I'm the only one earning money for my company, but next week that's going to change, right? And then at the end of the month, I'll have two drivers. So I see the progression, I see the success, right? As long as you're progressing, you have success. If anybody else wants to work with me, you know what I mean? I don't think I'm ready for a 3rd and 4th driver on the insurance, because once you put a piece of equipment on, but you know, I could be able to help you out in different ways, and depending how much. Well, I'm not going to do consultation right now because I don't feel myself, once I start making money with other drivers, that's when I'm like, okay, now I can kind of sit back and play more of an administrative role and still drive this tractor. I'm still going to drive it. I'm still going to own this. You know what I mean? So things are happening now at a quick pace, but I'm still in control. And that's the point. You want to be in control of your expansion. Like if you're growing your business, you want to be in control. You don't want to go into too much debt, right? You actually just want to get used equipment. I see people just getting, there was a sister from Atlanta, and I seen the first video she made. She was all excited. Yeah, I got a Sprinter van. I paid like 60 grand. And she didn't know any route planning. She didn't even know a broker. You know, she just, not good. Because the greatest commodity to have is this up here. If you don't know what to do out here, you could have and I kind of went at the business of thinking about the equipment. It's really not the equipment, guys. It's you handling your business, going out and getting the business, and then you could rent and lease the equipment to start with. Because you don't want to spend all your capital up front. You need your capital for like rainy day type stuff. You want to keep as much of that as possible and finance the van or the tractor. You know what I mean? Or the box truck. My virtual fleet has a lot of box truck loads. 14, 16, 24, and 26. A lot. Well, at least from California, Nevada, Arizona, a lot. So I would definitely think about getting my virtual fleet. It's a good load board. Cause Selectus, and I'm talking about like van, the load boards that just kind of deal with like van trucking. I heard